Hey y'all, welcome back to Rock Natural, the channel that's all about beauty on a budget. In today's video, I'm actually kind of excited to be doing it because I haven't straightened my hair in quite some time, and I'm excited to see the length. I'm excited to see, you know, if I do anything different, how my hair reacts. I show you all the goods. I literally go from curly, wet, blow drying to straight, and this is the end result. So if you're as anxious as I was to get through this, then be sure to keep watching. So I'm starting out with freshly washed hair. Let me show you all the products. My hair is like dripping, which is why I have this towel. But let me go ahead and show you all of the products that I used for washing my hair and during the process to kind of prep it for today's adventure going straight. So to me, unless you're using a specific line designed for straightening your hair, you want to kind of stay away from products that enhance your curly hair. But I did use some products that are just like moisturizing and I knew would really get the job done. So you can barely see it, but the thing I like about this is the shampoo and then this is the conditioner. What I like about these is that they're hydrating, they're strengthening. Those are all the things we want. And then I went ahead and used this mask as well. So I decided to do that protein mask, and my hair is just feeling a lot more back to life and ready for this process. So now that we talked about the prep products, I'm going to be using first this John Frieda Daily Hydration, this Daily Nourishment Leave-In Conditioner. So it makes frizz prone hair soft and manageable. So that's what I want. This is like a leave-in. And then I'm going to be using this Tresemme Heat Tamer that I use all the time. So it's a leave-in spray and it protects against all heat. And then I'm going to be using Professional System Heat Protected and Shine. So this is vegan and paraben free as well. So I'll probably use a little bit of this when I'm blow drying, but most of this will be used when I'm in the straightening process. So you really want to make sure that your hair is being protected from everything. While we talk, I'm just going to begin spraying leave-in. You really just want to make sure that your hair is protected from the heat. That way, you know, you're not experiencing any damage. Obviously, using any type of heat, your curls are going to slightly change, but then it also just depends on how much you are using the heat to really nourish. So now I'm just going to split my hair into 4 parts. So then we're going to split this in half. So I did recently create a video showing you how to blow dry your hair for, like, if you're doing some type of braids. And the main difference between those 2 videos is that in this one I am doing it on wet hair because I kind of want to control the hair a little bit more, if that makes sense, compared to that one where my hair was dry. So at both times I am using heat protected, and like, you know, you could do it either way. I don't feel like your hair needs to be wet to blow dry it out. It's kind of like you're stretching it beforehand so that you can use less heat. You want to use light products so that your hair turns out to be very like soft and manageable, and sometimes if you use the wrong products, your hair can be stiff. Okay, so now we have all back here 2 type of tools I'm going to be using. My wide tooth comb, and then I have 2 type of bristle brushes that I'm going to be using. I like a round brush because it really, I find, gets the job done, but it's just a little bit harder to do it on yourself, and so the other brush is a little easier. But to start, I'm just going to comb out with a wide tooth comb. And part of the reason I'm straightening my hair is because I just want to see how long it is. It's been about like 6 months since I chopped it off. More than 6 months, actually. That was like about 1.5 years ago. So I want to see how long it's gotten. I usually straighten it around my hair, but this year I decided to do, I'm just spraying the heat tamer on there. This year I decided to do the lemonade braids. If you haven't seen that, be sure to go check it out. Since I am doing it wet, I want to try to remove as much of the water from here as possible. Then I'm going to split this in half again. Put this away. If you have a clip, use that. I'm just going to tuck this in with this rubber band. And then this product I like to use on my ends, and I'm just going to spray a little bit into my hands because this one has a little bit more sheen to it, so it's really going to protect my ends and make sure that they're all shiny and nice. So now we have like 3 layers of heat protectant on it, and we're ready to go. And I think I'm going to start with the round brush. And you don't want to use high heat, you want to use medium. So the real way you're supposed to use this, especially if you're doing a blowout, is you're supposed to be spinning this brush the whole time you're going down the shaft of the hair, because then it really creates a smooth look. I'm not able to do that on my own hair without my arm just getting exhausted from the first side. That's why you see me just kind of brushing this down. And then we can stop to see how dry it's becoming. The good thing about using the round brush is that you do a lot of the work beforehand. I mean, it's pretty much straight, like you don't see any curls left. And so that is the one good thing about using the round brush, because it really gets the job done. So now that we finished the back piece, let's go to the front and do some of the same things. I'm gonna go ahead and, so sometimes I like to alternate between sides, and then sometimes I like to do one whole side and come back to the other side. It really just depends. In half. It's just easier to manage when I split it in half. And you do want to kind of make sure that you're not blow drying all over the place. You want to blow dry down for the most part. So here is both sides complete, and what I'm going to do now is take this brush and the blow dryer and just kind of go through to make sure I got all the sections. And the most important thing is that you want to make sure your hair is not wet in any places, especially at the scalp, because then that will sizzle when you're straightening. Now that we have our hair all blown out, and the more work you do in the beginning with the blow dryer, the less work you have to do with the heat, the direct heat. So when I'm straightening my hair, I like to only go over, so I like to go at the roots 3 times, and then over the hair shaft, the rest of the hair maybe twice. But like I said, I do like to do a lot of the work in the beginning with the blow dryer so that I'm not damaging any of the hair. So with this, I'm just gonna go in sections. I may end up splitting it down the middle and doing it that way, but this is how we're gonna start out. So I'm gonna use a little bit more of this in my hands and apply to the section. This is gonna give us that nice shine. Split in 2 sections. You want to make sure you have a comb or a brush of some sort, and this is what you're going to use to chase the blow dry or the flat iron. I'm using my GH Gold flat iron that I got from Ulta. So like I said, the one thing I like about this is that it kind of controls the heat based off of your hair, so it never gets too hot to the point to where it's burning your hair. It just kind of controls it that way. So it doesn't have it like a temperature gauge on it or anything, which I really like. So 1, 2, 3, and then take the comb to chase after. It's been a long time since I've actually straightened my hair, so this is gonna get real interesting. The one thing I hate about straightening my hair is that I get the urge to cut, because when it's curly I'm like, okay, curl by curl cut, which I do most of the time myself, but then I'm like, oh, I need a little bit more. Now I'm just gonna speed through the rest of this and see y'all on the other side. So your girl finished one side. Hair is still pretty long. I mean, I'm not done yet, but I can still grab it from the back, anyways, I come on here to just speed past the last part of my hair. It's so much easier doing this in the mirror. So come with me as I complete that. So now that I finished straightening that side, as you can see on this side, I just put like a little curl in it so that the little bang that I do have in the front, they're kind of growing out now. I cut these, I forgot when I cut them, but I just put like a little curl in it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to this side, and it's nothing crazy. I just want to give it a little pizzazz. So you just take your flat iron, and I'm twisting it the whole time, so then when I get to the end, it'll have just like a little curl to it. Like that. It just falls so much better when it has this curl to it. And then you do the same thing to the top piece, and then just comb it out, and then it'll just fall nicely around the face. And then there you have it. So this is the finished results. Hair is growing back pretty long for the most part. I have a few flyaways at the top, but I can just put some oil on it. So yeah, leave a comment down below if you felt like this video was pretty helpful and if you learned something new. Also, leave a comment down below and let people know how often you straighten your hair. Like I said, I do not straighten my hair often. I think this is the first time I actually straightened it since, I mean, it's been a while. Maybe since 2 years ago, and a year ago I cut off quite a bit. So I'm actually surprised by the length of this. Well, I shouldn't say surprised. I'm just like happy with the length because I usually only trim my hair when I need it. That is all for this video. In this video we went over how to straighten, how to go from curly to straight, and all the tips and tricks that I use to prevent any damage. And let me know if you want me to do a straight to curly routine, because I find that some people freak out when they don't know how their hair is going to look after they straighten it. And I took so many precautions and showed you so many products. As always, the products will be down below in the description, so be sure to check those out on Amazon. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram so you can see all my photos with my straight hair, giving additional tips, and I will see you in my next upload. Toodles!